I have signed a letter to the Assistant Attorney General, Antitrust Division, the U.S. Department of Justice, opposing the merger in the same spirit in which I opposed the Northwest Delta merger of almost 2 years ago, and will want to discuss my reasoning on that issue. This is not what I voted for in 1978 when the Congress and our committee voted to deregulate the airline industry. That is, to take the government out of determining market entry and pricing. We anticipated, we expected that leaving the marketplace to the competitive forces in the airline industry would increase competition, would increase the number of new entrants into the domestic and international aviation marketplace. And that happened. In the first 5 years after deregulation, there were 22 new entrants into competitive airline service. But 8 years later, only 5 of those 22 new entrants were left. By 1990, there was only one, America West. And it too is now gone. Instead of expanding competition, although for a moment in time we had an expansion and then a slow contraction, then a collapse of competition, we've had consolidation in this industry. And in my submission to the Justice Department opposing the Delta Northwest merger, I said that my concern is that if consummated, this Delta Northwest merger would result in or have the domino effect of causing other carriers to seek partners, merge, and reduce competition, and the result would be 3 global mega carriers with the domestic mergers and their international alliances and the antitrust immunity that they have all sought and received for those international alliances. The fears that I expressed in the Northwest Delta are now fully realized. This action of United-Continental, while certainly in each carrier's financial interest, is not in the best interest of the traveling public. The airspace of the United States and the international airspace is the common heritage of all Americans. It is not the private domain of corporate executives, nor did we, in deregulation, hand over that airspace without restraint to corporate executives in the airline sector. The purpose was to free up market entry and pricing so there'd be more competition, more choices, more options for the travelers, better service, and for a time that goal was realized. But now we're seeing consolidation that will lead to increased fares, less service, more market power on the part of those global mega carriers. So in my submission to the Justice Department, I ask, one, to consider whether the transaction presents a reasonable possibility that further consolidation among competing carriers will follow. 2, whether to avail itself of the potential benefits of the transaction, the combined United-Continental carrier is likely to substantially eliminate capacity in such a way as to eliminate travel options between city pairs. And 3, whether the transaction would alter the structure of the U.S. airline industry in such a way as to permit the 3 largest carriers to create or enhance market power or facilitate its exercise in either the domestic or the international marketplace. Those are the natural consequences of merger. Reduced service, increased fares, less choice, less competition, and that is the essence of my concern.